Hi everyone. This video will touch on some interesting topics. Don't forget to put likes. I thought everyone would have something to talk about, but that didn't happen. But is that stopping us? So today's question is, what if Scar had survived the final battle? Well, I agree. Scar and hundreds of hyenas against 10 lionesses would have had a better chance of winning. Still, as we can see, the outcome was very different. So as we know, half of the pride loves Scar, as seen in the second installment of The Lion King. So it's entirely possible that half would have been happy that Scar won. The other half was for Mufasa, and for Simba, they could have simply left the lands of pride. But what about Timon, Pumbaa, Rafiki, Zazu, and Nala? What would happen to them? Well, Zazu would probably be fed to the hyenas because of food problems, or he could become a singing slave. Alternatively, he could have continued to perform his duties, only now reporting to Sharam himself. Although we can't rule out the possibility that he could have simply flown away, but that's unlikely because he practically grew up in these parts. And, it's strange why Zazu doesn't age. I mean, he's been around since the reign of Ahadi, Mufasa's father. That's a question for you to ponder. As for Rafiki, he'd likely come up with another strange ritual or stay sitting in his tree. It wouldn't be good for him to stay in Pride Lands. Now, as for Timon and Pumbaa, well, there are only two options here. They'd be attacked and eaten, or they'd just run off into the jungle. And that's all that would have happened to them. Now, about Nala. Well, Nala would probably cry her eyes out because her boyfriend, who she hadn't seen in 5 years, just died. Then again, she could have become Scar's spouse. Obviously, that would be violent. Another option, she could have just run away because the pride was a reminder of herself. But in that case, she would have to find another pride. I don't know anything about authentic lionesses, but why did they stay? Why didn't they leave to find another pride? Or did the drought affect the whole land? Then how do you explain the jungle where Timon and Pumbaa lived? That's a question for you to ponder too. Speaking of Scar, if he had won the battle and had any lionesses left, or at least a few of them, Shara could have reproduced his own heir and ruled the pride with his blood child. For example, Shara could have lived with Zira, though we don't know their relationship. We only know Scar possessed Zira, but we don't know what he felt for her. I'm sure he liked someone being crazy about him because that's what he initially wanted. There are so many options. He could, for example, set the hunting order, ensuring that hyenas and lionesses do not fight and that everyone respects each other. But there's another option, in which Scar doesn't follow anything. He's a lazy king who criticizes the rules. Without leaders to oversee everything, things would end badly. If the rules are bad and he does nothing to fix them, the hyenas and lionesses will quickly get fed up with them. In fact, it's hard to say if the pride would have developed or not because there was a drought at that point. And here we come to another topic. We realize that Scar's rule caused all these food problems in this drought. Mufasa simply did not bless the lands of pride. We know that Scar used to control the hyenas and feed them well until the drought came. And if the food runs out, you can do nothing about it. He was simply unable to feed both the lionesses and the hyenas. But why couldn't he do it? Because Mufasa stopped giving rain. So, Mufasa's the villain? The drought was supposed to continue until Scar was overthrown or died alone. That leads to one thought. It seems that Mufasa wanted revenge on Scar for his death, but his revenge caught the people of Pride off guard. Isn't it selfish of Mufasa to control the weather to the detriment of Pride? Scar and the hyenas deserve it. But what is the lioness's fault? Did they choose Scar to be the ruler? Write your thoughts on this in the comments. We all know the best ending is when everyone has food and is alive. This concludes my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. Share your thoughts on the theories expressed. Did Mufasa want revenge on Nazlaw Drought? What would the future of Pride be like if Sharam had won the battle? Do you like the ending of the cartoon? What would you like to see the continuation of the cartoon? You can write all of these things and see you soon.